Okay, today we're talking about our goals. Where are you on your goals? We have goals for 2021. Some of us have goals like for our next birthday. You might have a goal just for your day of things you want to get done. Different goals, they don't have to be like an annual goal. You can break it up in quarterly, in monthly. I actually recommend if you can do a smaller goal, if you have a large one, break it up. Like, what am I doing this month to get me toward that goal? There are 115 days left in this calendar year, and a lot of us set goals back in January, and it's time to check in. I know if you saw that picture of Martha Pearl laying sprawled out, that's just Martha being Martha, but that's what some of us do when we see our goal so far away and we're like, I really thought I would be 3/4 of the way there towards the fourth quarter of the year, but I'm only like 1/3 of the way there, or even maybe I'm just getting started. It doesn't matter. At any point in time, you can decide to regroup, pick up, and go forward. Because no matter what you're doing, December 31st is going to come, and you could be in the exact same spot that you are. You can regress, or you can keep moving forward and get momentum going into the next year. So 115 days left. Our goals we talked about would be measurable. Now I'm standing in front of my family's famous measuring spot on the wall. Now I've painted this wall like 5 times, but I've always left this heart where I have kind of measurements of my kids growing up. You know, my measurement, it hasn't changed at all. I'm not sure why, but my kids have grown and they're pretty much done growing also. But when they were down here, I would have never said, you know what, just forget it. There's no point. You're not going to get any bigger. I knew that they had potential to get taller than when they were, say, 10 years old. I knew, like, let's keep measuring. We would measure every month or every birthday or every 6 months, depending on if, like, I could tell they were growing. It's like, oh, let's get the stick out. Let's measure. And I don't make them measure anymore. I still try to get Michael to measure because I think that he's grown a little taller, but he doesn't want to measure anymore. He's the one that's way up here. The last measurement was when he was 17. But all of us know that boys are still growing after that. We're going to get them up to the wall soon, trust me. Now, so you have to have it measurable, and you have to not doubt yourself. You can't look at like what you've done in the past to determine what you're capable of in the future, because you're capable of way more than you ever think you are. Now, when we started off on the goal, it's kind of like I like to say it's like taking a road trip. You don't start from Oklahoma and say, I'm going to drive to Florida straight through. I'm never going to stop. I'm just going to keep on driving. I'm going to get there in however many hours it says on the GPS to go from here to there. I'm going to know that I have to factor in some life happenings. I have to factor in some pit stops, not only to fuel or recharge your car, but you have to stop to go to the bathroom. You have to stop to maybe walk around. You have to stop to get coffee and maybe some food to refuel, or maybe you took your food with you, but you got to stop and eat it and just rest your brain a little while. So this is like one of those stopping points on your road trip. You're stopping and you're deciding, like, how far have I come? Because you don't ever stop at the gas station without thinking, okay, we've gone this many miles. This is how much longer we have to go. The kids are already going, how much longer, how much farther? Like, you're always calculating, and your GPS is always calculating how much farther. But we don't ever just start that GPS and never pay attention to where we are, because we know that there could be a detour somewhere along the way. And when we stop to get our gas, we want to make sure that we are still dialed in to that city in Florida by the beach that we want to go to. We want to make sure that that's still set to go there, so that we don't accidentally go the wrong direction. Now, whenever I was commuting back and forth from Mustang to Lawton, back in the day when I worked 24-hour shifts on the ambulance, I would commute there and then I would commute home. And I remember specifically one morning on my way home, I was taking the turnpike from Lawton back towards Oklahoma City. I got off, went to the bathroom, got some coffee, whatever. Well, I got back on the turnpike, and this was before the days of GPS, first of all, But I got back on the turnpike and I didn't pay attention, and I started going back towards Lawton. And it took me a little while because I was so tired. It took me a little while to go, I'm not even going in the right direction. Now I made it. It's going to take me even farther to get home. And I had had an all-nighter up transporting people on the ambulance. It was a long night and I was so tired. I had had no sleep. Here I was. I look at the road and I'm like, this is the wrong direction. So that's what we want to do. You want to notice quickly when you're going in the wrong direction so that you can course correct. So you can get off that exit, turn around, and start going back towards your destination that you want to go to. Now that's where we are right now, 115 days out. So take a look at where you want to go still. Don't worry about the gap of how much you're missing to get there. You want to look just for a very short minute of the gain that you've already gotten toward. Like, I've already made it this far. So celebrate that very briefly and focus your eyes on what's next, because 115 days sounds, to some people, it sounds like a long time. It's very short, but it is long enough. It's going to be gone by the time we blink. We're going to be getting out our Christmas sweaters and going to Christmas parties. So we've got to take every moment and decide every day what we're going to do with our eyes fixated on that goal. Now for me and some other people that I know, I'm going to turn 50 years old next year. So I am calculating how many days until my birthday. Not because it's a sad thing. I think it's a monumental number. I think it's going to be great. I have 305 days. 305 days. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do. I am getting some ideas of big things I want to do. I've run marathons before. I want to run a marathon. I'm just trying to come up with a few things. Some things that have come to mind are like long hikes, maybe the Grand Canyon hike, maybe a Glacier Mountain hike. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do. I want to make it kind of a big deal and push myself to do something new and exciting also. Now, if you guys have any ideas, give me some ideas. I like to do crazy things, especially if it's like a physical, something that I have to work toward and go for. You can feel free to leave me ideas. That would be great. So 305 days till my birthday, but 115 days left of this year. Now, will Martha Pearl get to her therapy dog certification? I don't know. We are in a class 4 Canine Good Citizen right now. We test next week. I honestly don't know if she'll pass. I like to think she'll pass, but who knows where we're going. But we are still aiming toward that goal for as long as we can until the brakes are on and we can't go any farther. So meanwhile, she's resting. She's having a spa day at Puppy Paws. We go to training tonight, still on task toward that goal. Where are you on your goals? What can you do to shift your mindset and think the sky is still the limit? I can still get there. If you aim for something huge, if you get almost there, it's better than not aiming at all, right? So keep on going toward your goal. If you want some help, let me know, and I will see you guys later. Bye.